There are many elements that make up a champion. A willingness to do what it takes, whatever it takes to succeed. An understanding that no one player can do it by himself. It takes a team, 11 men, all pulling together. Everybody wants to win. Not everybody is willing to pay the price of hard work and total dedication to get the job done. Heading into the 2001 season, the Tennessee Volunteers knew they had a chance to have a very special season. They had paid the price during the summer to be ready. Outland Trophy winner John Henderson had elected to return for his senior season to lead the defense. An undersized tailback with a heart too big to measure was ready to run with all his might. A quarterback with California cool on the outside and a strong, gutty determination on the inside was maturing into a field general. There were strong leaders, talented athletes, and gifted football players who came together each Saturday to play as a unit. It was a team that fought to the end all autumn long. This is the story of the 2001 Tennessee Volunteers, a team that faced adversity and hardship, a team that bonded together through the ups and downs of a long season, yet found a way to win. It was a Big Orange Odyssey that led the Volunteers to an SEC Eastern Division championship.
The Tennessee Pride of the Southland Band now in mass, lining up from goal line out to the 40-yard line, is now lining up to form the most famous pregame entrance in all of college football.
Opening night 2001 found Tennessee at Neyland Stadium facing the Syracuse Orangemen. It was the first meeting between these two teams since the opening game in Tennessee's national championship run in 1998.
The tee opens, and here come the Volunteers. Flash bulbs sparkling throughout Neyland Stadium as the orange-clad Volunteers, led by Coach Phillip Fulmer, on his 51st birthday, take the field.
The crowd of over 107,000 had barely settled in before quarterback Casey Clausen went to work.
Clausen back to throw, looking, firing for the end zone on the first play to Dante Stoward. In stride, touchdown Tennessee. Casey Clausen got time. Stallworth, the fly pattern down the far sideline. You can't ask for any better execution than that. One play, one touchdown. Tennessee leads 6-0. Wow.
It was Tennessee's first offensive play of 2001. Tennessee's defense kept the pressure on Syracuse. In fact, the defense scored thanks to a safety from Constantine Ritzman.
Hughes on first down and 20. He's going to try his fullback. No, he keeps it and gets sacked. Is it a safety? They're going to mark it safety. Constantine Ritzman came right at the quarterback and rolled him down.
At halftime, Tennessee led 12-0.
But they haven't scored a touchdown yet against this Tennessee defense. 36-yard line is where the Orangemen take. And now the snap goes over the quarterback's head. Hughes running it down, falls on it. It's still loose. It's rolling toward the end zone. It's inside the 5-yard line. Who's got it? Tennessee saying they've got it, and they do.
Travis Stevens got off to a good start as the featured tailback in the Tennessee attack. He rushed for 111 yards and 14 carries and scored on this 4-yard run in the third quarter as Tennessee went up 19-3.
Touchdown, Travis Stevens. Brilliant cut. He was trying to take it outside, saw that seam in the middle, and sprinted 4 yards to the end zone. Stevens has a touchdown, and Tennessee leads it now 18-3. That's a great instinct cut by Stevens.
If anybody doubted this kid can play football, he can play football. That was an All-American cut.
On this day, the Tennessee defense was relentless. Following the lead of its senior lineman, John Chavis's Charges logged 5 sacks against the Orangemen and kept a relentless pass rush in high gear all day long. Will Overstreet led the way with 2 sacks. Freshman tailback Corey Larkins made a good impression as well. He scored 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns, sparking the Volunteers to the win.
30 to the 20, still on his feet. Larkin to the end zone, touchdown! Corey Larkins. Clausen hands off Corey Larkins, cuts it out right side, turns the corner to the 10. That's his second touchdown of the day.
There is one play, though, that would have a bearing on the rest of the season. After a fourth-quarter Syracuse score, the Orangemen attempted an onside kick. Tennessee recovered, but wide receiver Dante Stallworth injured his wrist on the play. It didn't seem serious at the time. Tennessee won the opener 33-9 over Syracuse. Week 2 found Tennessee traveling to Fayetteville to play the Arkansas Razorbacks in their newly remodeled stadium in front of a record crowd. A festive atmosphere, though, was dampened by powerful thunderstorms which rattled through the Ozarks all day long. The weather was a problem, and so was the injury to Dante Stallworth. What appeared to be a simple wrist injury after the Syracuse game turned out to be a fractured bone. Stallworth was in a cast and not available against the Razorbacks. And with wide receiver Kelly Washington still learning the offense, Tennessee would have to turn to Travis Stevens to carry the load. The rain would not let up. Lightning bolts forced a 13-minute delay to begin the contest. Finally, when things got started, Tennessee tried Travis Stevens time after time. In fact, he rushed the ball 9 straight times on Tennessee's opening possession. Stevens carried it 11 of the first 15 plays, gaining 43 yards. However, Tennessee couldn't score, and the rain wouldn't stop. With 4:58 left to go in the first quarter, the teams were told to leave the field due to the lightning strikes in the Fayetteville area. There was talk that if the weather did not improve, the game might be postponed and played on Sunday morning. Fortunately, the lightning stopped, but the rain continued to fall. The delay lasted 21 minutes. When the teams returned to the field, Arkansas was able to get on the board first, kicking a 24-yard field goal. It was 3-0, and that turned out to be the halftime score.
The Razorbacks take the lead with 1:22 to go in the first quarter.
It was 3-0, and that turned out to be the halftime score, thanks in large part to this interception by junior Julian Battle. That snuffed out a second quarter Razorback drive. In the second half, Tennessee continued to pound the Razorbacks with Travis Stevens. The senior from Clarksville lugged the ball 18 times for 101 yards in the first half and kept it going in the third quarter. Tennessee marched down the field. Alex Walls had a chance to tie the game in that opening drive, but his 45-yard attempt hit the upright.
Walls banks it up high and didn't get there, hit the crossbar.
It remained Arkansas 3, Tennessee nothing heading into the fourth quarter. With the steady rain still falling throughout the second half, Travis Stevens carries and his numbers continue to mount. The start of the fourth quarter found Tennessee making a tough coaching decision. Despite success with the running game and with scoring opportunities scarce, Phillip Fulmer chose to punt on 4th and 1 from the Arkansas 41-yard line. The decision drew some criticism from the TV commentators, but after holding firm on defense and forcing a bad punt from the goal line, it was suddenly clear the strategy was sound.
Butler. Now he shanks one off the side of his foot. The ball's going to bounce down and go out of bounds at the 24.
Travis Stevens got the offense close to its first points of the night, and Alex Walls tied the game with 9:44 left to go on a 33-yard field goal.
Here's the snap. Walls gets it down. The kick is on its way, and the kick is going to be good. Boy, that just got inside the upright.
With less than 9 minutes to go and tied 3-3, the defense got nasty, and the offense added a weapon to its arsenal. In the driving rain, freshman receiver Kelly Washington gave us a hint of what he could do and put Tennessee in the driver's seat.
Complete to Kelly Washington. One-on-one on Marvin Jackson. Jackson at 5'9", Kelly Washington at 6'4". He makes the play down at the 16-yard line, 1st and 10.
Walls came back to give Tennessee the lead on a 25-yarder with 3:52 remaining.
It's down, the kick is up for the lead, and it's good.
And the Volunteers led it 6-3.
Tennessee has taken the lead.
Arkansas tried to mount a comeback challenge, but that was ended when Eddie Moore intercepted a pass and returned it 18 yards to the Arkansas 21-yard line.
Although it is intercepted over the middle. Deflected and picked off by Eddie Moore. Moore down to the 20-yard line. Tennessee got the deflection from Baker. The pass intercepted by Eddie Moore, and the Volunteers get the turnover. A 21-yard return for Tennessee, and now the Volunteers with a touchdown here could put this thing away.
Tennessee proceeded to give the ball to Travis Stevens 6 straight times. He pounded the rock into the end zone to score on a historic night.
Third down. Goal from the 4-yard line. Stevens in the I formation. Handoff. Stevens, his 41st carry. Stevens fighting for the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee! Travis Stevens on his 41st carry of the night takes it in for the score.
On the evening, he carried the ball for a school-tying 41 times and rushed for 211 yards. He was named the Southeastern Conference Offensive Player of the Week. Any thoughts about his toughness and his ability to carry the ball more than 20 times in a game were easily put to rest. Tennessee beat the Razorbacks and the Elements 13-3. Tennessee was off to a 2-0 start. "2001 was different than most years. Tennessee did not have an open date before its September showdown against the Florida Gators. But then the morning of September the 11th. Emotionally, the country needed time to heal. The Florida game would be postponed until December the 1st. This was not a time to play
Ladies
games.
and gentlemen, let's sing God Bless America. God bless America, and I love, stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean, wide with home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
With an open date already built into the schedule, Tennessee now had 3 weeks built in between the September 8th Arkansas game and the September 29th game against LSU. It gave some wounded players a chance to heal and a walk-on a chance to learn the offense. Wide receiver Kelly Washington came to Tennessee as a 21-year-old walk-on. For the past 4 years, he'd been playing baseball in the Florida Marlins farm system, but now he wanted to give football a shot. The 3 weeks of practice helped Washington learn the offense and to be ready for LSU. The Tigers, the preseason pick to win the SEC West, came roaring into Neyland Stadium. Freshman Michael Clayton got loose on a 67-yard pass in the first quarter, and the Tigers led 7-0.
A touchdown to Michael Clayton.
Alex Walls had 2 field goals in the second quarter as Tennessee cut LSU's lead to 7-6 at halftime.
It's high, and it is going to be good.
Tennessee's offense started to take over in the second half. The Volunteers took the opening kickoff and controlled the ball for 7 minutes and 20 seconds. With Travis Stevens and Troy Fleming doing the work, Tennessee held the ball for 16 plays and went 82 yards. The final few from an unexpected source.
Draw, Casey Clausen dives, touchdown! They flanked him out, and Casey Clausen on the quarterback draw goes in for the score, and Tennessee takes the lead for the first time tonight. It's 12-7.
With Tennessee softening up the LSU defense with the run, it was time to take to the air and go to the walk-on.
Back to throw, looking, firing over the middle. The pass is complete. It's complete to Kelly Washington. Washington's going to walk in for a Tennessee touchdown. 70 yards as Casey Clausen found Kelly Washington on the slant. Washington beat the defense and rolled in for a bomb.
Tennessee led 19-7 heading to the fourth quarter. Travis Stevens scored on a 1-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter to add to Tennessee's lead, but the second half really belonged to Kelly Washington. Getting one-on-one coverage, Casey Clausen continued to look for the big 6'3" receiver. Washington hauled in 11 catches for a school record 256 yards. At the time, it was the third most receiving yards in SEC history.
Play clock down to 5. Clausen, 3-step drop, fires the fade pattern, got his man.
Kelly Washington was named as the SEC's Offensive Player of the Week. Tennessee defeated LSU 26-18 and was now 3-0.
Men, you beat a quality football team tonight. Did a great job. It's kind of a tale of two halves for two different teams. You know, defense holding us in there until the offense got on track. Did a great job of that. Offense second half did a fantastic job of getting enough points to get the win, and then we held them there at the end by hook and crook. I told you before the game, this is a special team with special people and a special opportunity. 1998, that football team focused itself on what had to be done. It took care of business. It went to practice every day to get better. It took constructive criticism to be better. Okay? Young players kept rising to the top. Plays came out of nowhere, out of peaks. One heck of an effort tonight, but where are we going as a football team? That's going to be up to you. Listen to me. Be very gracious, because we darn sure might see them again.
Two teams that figured to be in the thick of the SEC championship race all season long met at Neyland Stadium on October the 6th. The Georgia Bulldogs came into the game having already lost an SEC contest. Tennessee could knock the Bulldogs out of the race with a victory, and the Volunteers went right to work on that plan. In the first quarter, Casey Clausen threw 2 touchdown passes. The first to Kelly Washington, as the Volunteers took a 7-0 lead.
Tennessee in the orange zone has scored 89% of the time. They're in the orange zone now. Clausen back to throw, lobs it for the end zone for Washington, and he is got it! Touchdown, Tennessee! Pickup on first down. They move the ball out to the Georgia 38-yard line. Green back to throw this time. Fakes it, fires over the middle. It's going to be intercepted. Rashad Baker picks it off. Baker at the 40. Baker running down the far sideline to the 30. He's dragged down at the 18-yard line. Rashad Baker picks off his second pass of the year. It was intended for Terrence Edwards. And Tennessee's secondary makes the big play. Tennessee has it 1st and 10 at the Georgia 17-yard line. That's the 3rd interception thrown this year by David Green. Tennessee now comes out with 2 tight ends, and Troy Fleming's the tailback, the only back. 1st and 10. Clausen back to throw, going for it all. Clausen fires for the end zone. He's got his man. Touchdown, Tennessee. Touchdown to Leonard Scott.
However, the kicking game turned in Georgia's favor. Damian Gary turned the momentum of the game as he returned this punt 72 yards, and the Bulldogs had cut the Tennessee lead to 14-10 early in the second quarter. Then Georgia took the lead when Fred Gibson hauled in this pass from David Green, and that made it 17-14 Georgia. Alex Walls drilled a 25-yard field goal for Tennessee midway in the second quarter. That tied the game at 17, and that was the halftime score.
And we have a tie game.
Field position was a key in the third quarter. While the Tennessee offense struggled to move the ball out of Tennessee territory, the defense kept the Bulldogs out of the end zone. Even though the entire third quarter was played on Tennessee's end of the field, it was still tied 17-17 heading to the fourth quarter. The Bulldogs, though, were able to crack the Tennessee defense midway in the fourth quarter, and Billy Bennett kicked a 31-yard field goal. Georgia took the lead 20-17.
Clausen looks, fires over the middle, complete to Bobby Graham. Clausen steps up, fires complete to Kelly Washington. Clausen back to throw. Clausen hit as he fires, but he's got his man.
Tennessee tried to answer, but a Clausen pass was intercepted. With 1:53 left, all the Bulldogs had to do was run the clock out and win this game.
Looking, firing the out pattern. It's intercepted by Jermaine Phillips.
But Tennessee had 3 timeouts remaining and a determined defense.
And they get nothing. Musa Smith knocked down by John Henderson, and Tennessee's going to call a time with 1:32 to go.
The Volunteers forced Georgia 3 and out, and the Bulldogs could only use up 32 seconds off the clock. Tennessee got the ball back at its own 22. A pass to Troy Fleming moved the ball to the Tennessee 38-yard line. Under a minute left, and Tennessee had a 2nd and 10 call.
Travis Stevens is the tailback. Washington to the near sideline. 57 seconds to go. Clausen back to throw. Screen pass. Travis Stevens to the 40. Stevens still on his feet. Cuts from the outside of the 40. To the 30. Travis Stevens to the 20. To the 15. 10. 5. Touchdown, Travis Stevens. Touchdown, Travis Stevens. Tennessee has taken the lead against the Bulldogs. Travis Stevens, 62 yards on the score. The screen pass. Everybody look for Kelly Washington, and Travis Stevens runs it in for a score. The Volunteers lead at 23-20.
For the game, Stevens rushed for 176 yards and caught 3 passes for 78, and he also scored the go-ahead touchdown. But Georgia still had 44 seconds remaining and 1 timeout. David Green showed remarkable poise, leading the Bulldogs down the field. Georgia used its final timeout with 10 seconds to go and had a 1st and goal at the Tennessee 6-yard line. Green found his fullback in the back of the end zone to give Georgia the 26-24 lead. Tennessee's remarkable comeback in the closing minute was topped by Georgia. The Bulldogs beat Tennessee 26-24, handing the Volunteers their first loss of the season.
We have a wonderful opportunity in front of us. Be a part of history here today. You know, as I told you, you think about all the great games, great players in this game, the great coaches that have played in this thing, General Nealon, Coach Denton, big time. Coach Dickey, Bear Bryant. It's part of the history, it's part of the ghost that goes with it. I'm telling you, as a former player myself, you don't forget this one. It's special. What your predecessors have done is unprecedented. It's unprecedented. Peyton call, T call, Peerless call, Leonard Little call. Wish us well for this football game. Because they know. They know. They were part of getting it turned, getting it changed. It's our job to carry it on. The pride in that orange and white. Pride in wearing that T on your helmet. That's what you're here for today. And it will be fast. And it will be furious. And it will be intense. But I believe that we can shock them with our speed and our intensity and our execution and our discipline for 60 minutes if we play to our potential. And that's what we've got to do today. We've got to play to our potential. Taking care of the football, breaking on the ball, all those things that we know how to do. We do it very well.
Tennessee had an open date following the Georgia game. A time to correct mistakes and get ready for the 3rd Saturday in October against Alabama in Tuscaloosa. Tennessee trying to extend its winning streak against the Tide to 7 straight. The Volunteers went right to work in the opening drive of the game. Happy to have Dante Stallworth back in the lineup. First time he'd played since the Syracuse game. And Casey Clausen on that opening drive found the California connection one more time.
Clausen back to throw. Fires for the end zone for Stallworth. He's got it. It's a touchdown, Tennessee. Dante Stallworth got single coverage. The wrist looked all right on that one. Perfect fade pattern down to Dante Stallworth. He hauls it into the back of the end zone, and Tennessee scores in the opening drive. It's 6-0 Volunteers.
In the second quarter, the SEC's leading rusher, Travis Stevens, made it 14-3.
They try Stevens up the middle. He turns, he spins, and he breaks it to midfield, to the 40. Travis Stevens to the 30. He is going to run untouched, 60 yards for a Tennessee touchdown. He broke the first wave, and there was nobody there as Travis Stevens takes it in for the score, and Tennessee has its 2nd touchdown of the day and leads 13-3.
But Alabama rallied. Sam Collins caught his second touchdown pass of the day, and in the third quarter, Alabama had jumped back in front 17-14.
Touchdown, Alabama!
Clausen found a new weapon in that third quarter in his tight end, Jason Witten.
Here's Clausen back to throw. Pressured, fires over the middle. Jason Witten all alone. Touchdown, Tennessee! Right over the middle. The tight end from Elizabethton was wide open.
He caught his first UT touchdown pass as he put the Volunteers back in front 21-17. Witten was Tennessee's leading receiver on this day with 7 catches for 91 yards.
What a catch by Jason Witten. He was banged right as the...
But the Crimson Tide fought back one more time. Ahmad Galloway capped off an 80-yard drive with his 4-yard run. And heading into the fourth quarter, Alabama led Tennessee 24-21.
Yard line, Witten still on his feet. He's still on his feet after the...
But this fourth quarter belonged to the Big Orange. Tennessee, mixing up the pass and the run, put together a picture-perfect drive.
Clausen back to throw, looks over the middle again. Jason Witten's got it. He tries to bull ahead. He's still on his feet down to the 30-yard line.
Using the rushing of Travis Stevens, with the passing to Jason Witten and Kelly Washington, Tennessee marched right down the field.
Snap out of the shotgun, looks for the end zone, fires. He's got his man down at the 5-yard line.
Clausen took in the go-ahead touchdown, putting an exclamation point on a brilliant 17-play, 85-yard drive that took 8 minutes and 54 seconds off the fourth quarter clock.
Touchdown, Casey Clausen. Faked it up the middle, shades of Peyton Manning.
Tennessee had grabbed the lead back 28-24. Then Tennessee's defense forced a 3-and-out, and the Volunteers got the ball back 32 seconds later.
4 wideouts. Clausen back to throw. Fires long to Kelly Washington. He's got it in stride at the 40. Washington at the 30, and he's dragged out at the 20. The ball comes free, and Dante Stallworth recovers. What a hustle play by Stallworth.
Tennessee tried to deliver the knockout punch. The Volunteers marched 9 plays down to the Alabama 1-yard line. But it was 4th and goal and decision time. Do you kick the field goal to go up by 7, or do you go for it and try and knock Alabama out of the game, knowing if you fail, Alabama still has to drive the length of the field to beat you?
Coach Phillip Fulmer has decided they're going to go for it. Travis Stevens, the standing tailback. 1:28 to go, fourth quarter. Tennessee up by 4. Clausen, pitch sweep. Travis Stevens trying to get to the corner. Travis Stevens is in. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Travis Stevens, who finished the day with 33 carries at 162 yards, scored his second touchdown of the day. Tennessee had dominated the fourth quarter. The Volunteers held the ball for over 13.5 minutes of the fourth quarter and scored 2 touchdowns. Tennessee beat Alabama for the 7th straight time, 35-24. Tennessee now was 4-1 and headed back home to face South Carolina.
1. Tennessee wins against Alabama. A Volunteer victory in Tuscaloosa, 35-24.
That was a true team win. That was true Tennessee football. There's never been a perfect game played. There's always going to be corrections. We can grow for this. But for right now, we're going to enjoy this one. Remember what I said before we left the hotel? You dream big. You dream big, and then you go to work to get that. You go to work. Wishing don't get it done, okay? Let's behave ourselves. Let's count our blessings. Let's bond as a football team. Keep bonding as a football team. I damn sure appreciate these seniors and the leadership that y'all have shown in the toughest of times. Hey, it's easy. You guys, young guys, listen to me. It's easy to lead when everything is going great. You know, hell, everybody can get up at the front of the band, you know, right, when the band's playing good. When times are tough, and that's what these guys will hand down to you. Okay, when times are tough, okay, that's when the tough people rise to the top. Okay, you young guys, y'all got a lot of ability and potential. Y'all learn that from these seniors who have never lost to Alabama.
Backs in the I formation. Now he's back to throw. Clausen fires the ball down the middle for Washington. He's got it at the 35-yard line.
The South Carolina Gamecocks were next. Lou Holtz's team was riding on top of the SEC East with a 5-1 record as they came into Neyland Stadium. After a scoreless first quarter, Travis Stevens got Tennessee on the board first.
Man in motion, Witten across the formation. They're going to try toss sweep. Travis Stevens to the corner, to the 5. Stevens to the end zone. Stevens got a touchdown. Travis Stevens on a great block from Fred Weary and Jason Witten on the corner. And Travis Stevens rolls it in for the touchdown, and Tennessee's on the board first.
The Gamecocks tied the game late in the second quarter when Phil Petty found Derek Watson out of the Carolina backfield. On this throwback pass, it was 7-7 at halftime.
And he's back to throw. Looking over the middle. Still looks. Now he fires that way. It's complete to Dante Stallworth to the 35. Stallworth out to the 45 and a first down. Back to throw. Fires the slant pattern. It's complete to the 40-yard line and a first down. Right on the money to John Finlayson, the big tight end. Clausen firing. Complete. Down to the 12-yard line. Breaking a tackle and spinning down to the 5 is Kelly Washington.
Alex Walls put Tennessee back in front as he nailed a 20-yard field goal. It was 10-7 Tennessee as the two teams headed to the fourth quarter.
Watson, Pinnock, 3rd and goal from the Tennessee 1-yard line. Petty under center. Petty hands to Pinnock. He's hit in the backfield and stopped. Never got going. Albert Hainsworth came blasting through there.
But Carolina answered early in the fourth quarter. It was going to take yet another fourth quarter rally to pull out this victory, and Casey Clausen went to work. A 17-yard pass to Jason Witten got the drive started. Kelly Washington went for 12 more as the Volunteers moved into Carolina territory.
Kelly Washington at midfield to the 40. They try the draw to Travis Stevens. No, it's Clausen fired over the middle. Complete. The pass is complete to Bobby Graham. Graham's got a first down. He's down to the 5-yard line. Boy, what a great fake by Casey Clausen. Looked like it was the draw play, and then Graham came wide open over the middle.
And finally it was Travis Stevens who capped off the drive.
Hands to Stevens. Stevens, nice in for a touchdown. Travis Stevens over left tackle gives Tennessee the lead.
Stevens had another big day as he rushed for 120 yards on 28 carries. Tennessee led 17-10, but still there was over 7 minutes left to go. Tennessee's defense had to hold off 2 last Carolina charges. The Gamecocks moved to the Tennessee 38-yard line before the Volunteers stiffened and held.
Petty on a 4th down and 5. Operating from the 38-yard line. Petty back to throw. Here's the blitz. Petty over the middle. Incomplete.
Tennessee won the game 17-10 and was now 6-1 overall and 4-1 in the SEC.
Run and the Tennessee fans start the celebration.
After playing 5 straight games against SEC competition, the Tennessee Volunteers traveled to South Bend to face the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Besides the football, there was some sightseeing to do. On Friday before the game, the Volunteers had the opportunity to tour the College Football Hall of Fame in downtown South Bend.
Boy, it's hard to beat a guy with pride.
They had a chance to look back at the history of college football, and they saw 20 Tennessee players and coaches already enshrined in the College Football Hall of Fame. On Saturday, it was time to play football. This would be Tennessee's 3rd trip to historic Notre Dame Stadium.
Again, I'll remind you, you will have to physically take it away from them. For 60 minutes, you will have to physically get after their butts. Regardless of what happens during the course of the ball game, play one play at a time to the best of your ability. They get a play, we get a play, we get a lead, they get a lead. Keep pounding that rock, which we've done so well during the course of the year. It's about passion. It's about attitude, about I'm the one that's going to make the play. Swarm. Swarm. It's no sin to get blocked. It's no sin to get blocked. It's a sin to stay blocked. Get off those blocks. Get up off that ground. Save somebody's butt that got out of a gap somewhere by your tremendous hustle. Swarm and tackle well. Takeaways. Guys, they don't do a very good job of taking care of the football. The running backs have been beat up all year. They don't take care of the football very well. Defensively, we need some takeaways. Need the takeaways. Hit their quarterbacks and running backs hard. Okay, I talked about this morning. Instinct for the juggler. This football team has come a long way. We've come a long way this year. We fought through a lot of adversities, external things, injuries, things that we couldn't control, some internal things. Today we got to become a football team. Today we become a complete football team that plays a complete 60-minute football game. Lay it on the line for every minute and everything that you're worth, every fiber in your body. This is one of the games that you'll be telling your grandchildren about. Because this got Tennessee back on the map where it's supposed to be, by gosh. Everybody together, game maxims. Number one,
the team that makes the few mistakes will win.
Take care of the football and get it back. Have our discipline in the penalty game. All the things that we know how to do well. Number two,
play forward, make the breaks. One comes our way, score.
Give us some opportunities, defense. Give us some opportunities. Touchdowns, not field goals. Somebody stepping in and hold. Touchdowns, not field goals. When we get down there. Number three.
If the first game of breaks go against you, don't let us put on our team.
They're going to come out fighting. They're going to come out fighting. It's going to take 60 minutes for you to take it away from them. Take their will away. Number four.
Protect our kickers, our quarterback, our lead, our ball game.
We get it going, guys. We get it going our way. We keep pounding that rock. Protect our quarterbacks. Protect our kickers. Kickers kick it right down the middle of that goalpost. Number five.
Baby, say it loud.
Number five.
Ball, eyes, cover, clock, cut, slice, shooting game, tackle. This is the winning edge.
All those are winning edges. These are the Tennessee Volunteers know how to do. Number six.
Press the kicking game. Here's where the breaks are made.
Kicking game, attitude and pass. Attitude and pass. Number seven.
Carry the fight, Notre Dame, keep it there for 6 minutes.
60 minutes of rock'em sock'em Tennessee football.
On this beautiful Midwestern afternoon, Tennessee was facing a Notre Dame team that had gotten off to a slow start, but had now won 3 of its last 4 games, and the Irish are always tough to beat in South Bend. Notre Dame came out determined to stop Travis Stevens and the Tennessee rushing game. On the Volunteers' second possession, Clausen went to Dante Stallworth.
Clausen fires over the middle, complete. Dante Stallworth has it at the 40. Breaks a tackle and gets down to the 35-yard line, but he fumbles the football, and Notre Dame has recovered at the 30.
That was the only scoring opportunity for either team in the first quarter, and it was scoreless at the end of 1. Then the Tennessee defense came up with a couple of big plays in the second quarter. Notre Dame, led by quarterback Carlisle Holiday, mixed the pass and the option and moved to the Tennessee 18-yard line.
Battle runs the option. Now the reverse to Battle. Tennessee there, but they miss a tackle, and Battle's going to the 10-yard line, goes for the corner, and he's knocked out of bounds and fumbles the football. At the 3-yard line, Tennessee's got the ball.
Tennessee had stopped the Irish but could not move the ball and had to punt it back to Notre Dame. The Irish pushed the ball right back down the field, and Notre Dame was at the Tennessee 12-yard line.
They'll try Grant around left end. He breaks the first tackle. The ball comes free again. It's loose. Tennessee's going to pick it up. It's going to be Julian Battle. Battle at midfield. He's all by himself, and Julian Battle is going to race in for a Tennessee touchdown. 81 yards. Ryan Grant trying to run around left end. Coughed it up. The ball bounced right to Julian Battle, and Julian Battle rushes in for the touchdown, and Tennessee gets on the board first. What a turnaround.
The Julian Battle touchdown helped Tennessee lead at halftime 7-3. Tennessee received the second half kickoff, but it was Notre Dame's defense that came up with the big play.
Pass over the middle is going to be broken up, intercepted. Courtney Watson. Watson still on his feet to the 20, to the 15, cuts inside to the goal line, and it's going to be a touchdown for Notre Dame. Here they come. Clausen has time over the middle, complete to Kelly Washington, a first down up at the 30.
So this was going to take another second half comeback to win.
Stallworth gets a block, gets to the 40, to the 45, to the midfield. Now down the left sideline, Stallworth is rolled down at the Notre Dame.
Tennessee responded offensively. Clausen able to mix up the pass and the run. Travis Stevens was able to rush it in to put Tennessee back in front.
Here's the handoff again. Stevens going left, trying to get to the end zone, to the corner. He's in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Travis Stevens just bended that play out to the corner. He outran the Notre Dame defensive end, and he beat the cornerback to the pylon as the Volunteers have countered the Notre Dame touchdown and are now surged back to the lead, 13-10.
It was a 12-play, 80-yard scoring drive, and the Volunteers led 14-10.
12 yards to go from the Notre Dame 43-yard line. Holiday back to throw. Has some time. Now it breaks down, and he's sacked back at the 40-yard line by John Henderson. Great pressure that time. Bernard Jackson also gets in there.
On Tennessee's next possession, the Volunteers took to the air.
Clausen back to throw. There's the hookup over the middle. It's to Washington, and he's got a first down at the 33-yard line.
Clausen threw 10 passes on that 12-play drive. The final one, a big one to Dante Stallworth.
Clausen Fakes it to Stevens. Firing in for the end zone. Dante Stallworth. Touchdown, Tennessee. He winds up in the middle of the Pride of the Southland band. High five to the tuba player down there. Tennessee's got a touchdown. Clausen makes a great throw. Fakes to the middle. Stevens goes to, or I should say Stallworth, to the back of the end zone to the pylon. And he gets the touchdown in stride, and the Volunteers have opened up a 20-10 lead.
To begin the fourth quarter, the Irish were able to mount their own long drive. 17 plays, 75 yards. Tony Fisher cut the Tennessee lead to 21-18 as the Irish went for two and made it successfully.
Hands it off Fisher. Knifes for the goal line. Not in. No, yes, he is. Touchdown. Just got in.
Tennessee desperately needed one last touchdown to ice this victory.
Tennessee showing blitz. Counter Trey. They dump it out. He's being sacked back at the 15-yard line. Great play, Eddie Moore. Holiday zips it over the middle. It's backed up in the air. Intercepted by Tennessee. Intercepted. Dominic Stevenson, I think, came out of there with a football. Holiday's pass was deflected, and Tennessee's defense comes up with a big turnover.
I'm not sure if Nick Albert deflected it, but he was sure trying to catch it after it was in the air. He juggled it right into Dominique's hands.
Second career interception by Dominic Stevenson. And Tennessee's defense has come up with a huge play for the 25-yard line of Notre Dame. Clausen under center. Back to throw. Clausen rolls right. He's got some room to run. Clausen fires. It's going to be complete down to the 10-yard line. Out of bounds at the 5. Eric Parker. Parker with his best game of the season. He had only one catch coming into this game, but he makes that reception, rolls out of bounds at the 5, and Tennessee has it first and goal with 2:20 remaining. Tennessee will go for it on fourth down with 44 seconds to go. Notre Dame out of timeouts. The ball at the 2-yard line.
Leading by 3 with still over 2 minutes to go, Coach Phillip Fulmer had a decision to make. He could go for the field goal and a 6-point lead, or he could go for the touchdown to put the game away, knowing if you didn't make it, the Irish would have to go the length of the field to win. Tennessee decided to go for the knockout punch.
Handoff, bootleg. No, Steven. No, it's Clausen. He dives for the end zone. Touchdown. Bootleg, Casey Clausen. What a great fake. Clausen gets the bootleg touchdown, and Tennessee has put the Irish away with 35 seconds remaining, leading 27-18.
With that dive, Casey will never be mistaken for Condredge Holloway, but it's good enough for 6 against Notre Dame and put this game away.
Tennessee moved out to a 28-18 lead and went on to win the game.
Carolina John Henderson gets back there again.
The Volunteers ran their winning streak to 3 straight over the Irish with a satisfying and tough win in South Bend.
And the game is over. The Tennessee Volunteers have come to South Bend, and they have beaten the Notre Dame Fighting Irish 28-18. This is the 3rd and 10 for the Memphis 35. Clausen out of the shotgun, back to throw. Looking over the middle again, got his man this time. Kelly Washington down inside the 20 and rolled down at the 16-yard line.
The Tennessee Volunteers return to Neyland Stadium for homecoming against in-state rival Memphis. Another beautiful day for football in the stadium, ranked #1 in the nation by the Sporting News. Tennessee came out clicking on offense. Jason Witten scored on Tennessee's first possession.
Looking for the end zone. Fires to Witten. He is got it. Is he in? Yes! Touchdown, Tennessee! Jason Witten looked like a ballet dancer on the back line of the end zone. Clausen just lofted it. Witten got open, kept his toes in, got a touchdown, and Tennessee leads 6-0. Suber back to throw. Here comes the corner blitz. Suber unloads long. It's going to be intercepted by Julian Battle up at the 42-yard line. Suber misread the coverage that time. He threw it outside. The receivers went in, and Julian Battle makes the interception. Second down and 9. Memphis from the Tiger 21. Option first time. They try Bonds. Bonds trying to turn the corner. He's hit, and the ball is loose. Picked up by John Henderson down to the 12-yard line. He stopped. Mark Jones comes up and knocks it free, and John Henderson picks it up. Somebody grabbed him. He almost had a touchdown.
In the second quarter, Clausen again had Tennessee moving. Troy Fleming on the receiving end to make it 14-0.
Memphis a 6-man front on first and goal. Clausen rolls out right, dumps it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Troy Fleming.
Tennessee was back at it midway in the second quarter as Clausen found Dante Stallworth.
Clausen Now back to throw. Looking, blitz. Clausen unloads over the middle. Got Stallworth down to the 15, to the 10. Dante Stallworth is going to go into the end zone for a touchdown. 4th and 3. Dante Stallworth over the middle. Caught the slant pattern and takes it to the checkerboards, and Tennessee leads 20-7.
There was some excitement on the ensuing extra point, though. Seth Reagan bobbled the snap, but he showed some athletic ability and some ingenuity as he found Constantine Ritzman in the end zone for 2.
Snap is down. Oh, they bobbled the snap. Picking it up is Seth Reagan, rolling to the near sideline. Going to dump it into the end zone. It's complete for a 2-point conversion. 2-point conversion to Constantine Ritzman. Seth Reagan left-handed the ball into the end zone on the bobbled snap for 2, and Tennessee leads it 22-7. And here's a snap. No good. It gets away from Super. It's rolling down to the 5-yard line. It's recovered by Tennessee's Bernard Jackson.
An Alex Walls field goal made it 25-7 at halftime in favor of Tennessee.
Walls, and the kick is good. An inside handoff, whammo. What a big play by Albert Hainsworth. He blew that play up.
In the third quarter, Tennessee's offense continued its assault on the Memphis defense. Dante Stallworth, celebrating his 21st birthday on this Saturday, had a birthday to remember.
3rd down for the Memphis 15-yard line. Clausen fakes the throw. Here's the slip screen. Dante Stallworth, he's got guys in front of him. Stallworth dances in for a Tennessee touchdown. He had a bunch of orange shirts in front of him. Perfect play. The blitz was coming. They threw the little slip screen, and Dante Stallworth had an entourage going into the end zone. His 2nd touchdown of the day, and Tennessee leads at 34-7.
With a 35-7 lead, Tennessee's young running backs got a chance to play. Cedric Houston carried the ball 6 times for 36 yards. Derek Tinsley rushed the ball 4 times for 29 yards, including his first Tennessee touchdown.
Pitch. Tinsley going around the right side, cuts it back at the 15, at the 10. Tinsley's going to go in for a touchdown. Derek Tinsley, great cut at the corner, knifed it back against the grain, and Derek Tinsley scores his first Tennessee touchdown. And the Volunteers lead it 41-7 over Memphis.
But the Tigers came back and made things interesting. Quarterback Danny Wimprime put 3 touchdowns on the board in the fourth quarter, cutting Tennessee's lead to 42-28.
Wimprime back, fires for the end zone. It's complete, and it's going to be a touchdown.
Casey Clausen cut short the Tiger rally, continuing the birthday celebration with Dante Stallworth.
Clausen stumbles coming out, fires into the flat to Dante Stallworth. Makes the first guy miss. Stallworth down the right side to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Dante Stallworth. He's got the hat trick. 3 of them today for Dante Stallworth, as Tennessee tacks on a touchdown in the fourth quarter and now leads at 48-28. What a birthday present for Dante Stallworth, his 3rd TD catch of the day.
Tennessee won on this homecoming day 49-28 against the Memphis Tigers. Tennessee improved its all-time record against Memphis to 18-1, including 10-0 at Neyland Stadium. The Tennessee Volunteers traveled to Lexington for game number 9. The Volunteers had dominated the Wildcats in recent years, having won 16 straight. Kentucky came out on fire. Quarterback Jared Lorenzen and the Wildcats did not look like a 2-7 team. The Wildcats took the opening kickoff and went right down the field. Lorenzen, at 6'4" and 275, is big, agile, and has a strong throwing arm. Kentucky went 13 plays and 76 yards in the opening drive. The Wildcats tacked on 2 more touchdowns in the second quarter, and Kentucky led a stunned Tennessee team 21-0. Through the first 25 minutes of the game, the Volunteer offense had not been able to muster as much as a first down. Tennessee finally found a weakness in the Kentucky defense late in the second quarter.
Kentucky a 4-man front on 1st and 10. Clausen back to throw. Fires long. Dante Stallworth near sideline. Behind the Kentucky secondary. He's got it. Stallworth at the 5. Touchdown, Tennessee. Casey Clausen fired the ball, the fade pattern down the left sideline. 59 yards. Stallworth's speed gets behind the Kentucky secondary, and the Volunteers score with 4:06 to go as Dante Stallworth, who had 3 touchdowns last week, has his first today, and the Volunteers are finally on the board.
But at halftime, Tennessee still trailed UK 21-7. In the third quarter, Tennessee didn't score on its first possession, but did on the second play of its second possession.
Clausen drops back to throw, fires again. That ball's complete. Kelly Washington at the 40, down the sideline to the 30, to the 20. Kelly Washington's going to go in for a Tennessee touchdown. Kelly Washington turned a simple out pattern into a 48-yard score, and Tennessee's right back in it. It's 21-13 with 8:21 to go.
Tennessee had cut the Kentucky lead to 21-14. Then it was Tennessee's defense that tied the game.
And really, this is the first time they've moved the ball since early in the second quarter. Tennessee's defense had throttled them some, but now Lorenzen back in motion with 6:10 to go in the third quarter. Back to throw out of the shotgun. Little slip screen is knocked in the air, intercepted. Intercepted by Rashad Moore. Moore to the 10. Moore loses the football. Then it's scrambled around. It's still loose, and who's got it? Touchdown, Tennessee. What a wild play.
Earlier, Ritzman had recorded a safety, scored on a two-point conversion, and now a touchdown for his 10th point of the season. More importantly, Tennessee had rallied from 21 down to tie the game. But the Cats weren't through. Jared Lorenzen led the Kentucky team right back down the field. Lorenzen led the Wildcats on a 72-yard drive, and he hit Derek Abney to put the Cats in front 28-21 at the end of the third quarter. Again, it would take another fourth quarter comeback to win.
Have built their lead back to 27-21. Great throw by Jared Lorenzen.
The first goal, though, was to tie the game. Clausen did that when he teamed up with Dante Stallworth for a second time.
Clausen out of the shotgun, back to throw, looking, firing for the end zone. Stallworth down there again. That pass is going to be complete. Touchdown, Dante Stallworth. Stallworth makes a great catch in the end zone, battling the Kentucky cornerback, and the Volunteers have pulled within a point. 28-27, perfect throw by Casey Clausen in the left corner of the end zone, and Dante Stallworth hauls it in, his second touchdown of the day, and the Volunteers are an extra point away from tying things up again.
The game was tied at 28 all with 9:23 remaining. Kentucky had thoughts of moving down for a go-ahead touchdown. The Wildcats were stalled and faced a 4th and 2 at the Tennessee 47. Lorenzen and the Cats elected to go for it. Tennessee's defense forced a bad throw, and the Volunteers took over with good field position.
Roll to the far sideline, dumps the ball in the flat. It's going to be incomplete, and Tennessee's defense comes up with a stop.
It took Tennessee only 2 plays to take advantage of that Kentucky 4th down gamble.
Tennessee looking for points to take the lead. Clausen back to throw, looking, firing long for Dante Stallworth. The pass is going to be complete. Touchdown, Tennessee! The Volunteers have the lead. Dante Stallworth beat the Kentucky secondary, and Stallworth has his 3rd touchdown of the day, and this one for the lead, 34-28. Perfect throw by Casey Clausen on the fade pattern, and the Volunteers, it's taken a while, but they finally gotten the lead back.
Tennessee had the lead 35-28, but the bad news, there was still 5.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. That was plenty of time for Jared Lorenzen, who found Anthony Kelly behind the Tennessee secondary. It was a 62-yard strike, and it tied the game at 35 with 3:53 remaining.
5, touchdown Kentucky.
Tennessee had 2 thoughts on the next drive: find a way to score and find a way to take time off the clock to keep the ball away from Jared Lorenzen. Clausen hit Will Bartholomew for 19 yards to move the ball to midfield. Travis Stevens, who was held to 79 yards and 18 carries on the day, broke off his longest run, 14 yards, taking it to the Kentucky 27-yard line. That was as far as Tennessee could penetrate into Kentucky territory. Kicker Alex Walls was then sent out to try and give the Volunteers the lead.
Alex Walls gives Tennessee the lead with 2:49 on the clock.
The Volunteers held a 38-35 advantage, but Kentucky still had 2:44 on the clock and 1 timeout. Lorenzen, who threw 53 passes on the day, had the Cats moving again toward the Tennessee goal line. It was 2nd and 10 from the Tennessee 48-yard line when the Volunteers finally found a way to stop them.
Kentucky with 4 wideouts on 2nd down. Tennessee rushing 4. Slip screen inside, goes to Harp, the tight end. Harp gets down to the 35-yard line and fumbles the football. Tennessee has recovered it at the 30-yard line. Will Overstreet has fallen on the football.
Tennessee ran out the clock to win 38-35. The defense, Dante Stallworth and Casey Clausen, found a way to win in the fourth quarter once again. After falling behind 21-0, Tennessee won 38-35. The Volunteers glad to get out of the bluegrass 8-1. The final home game in the 2001 season found the Tennessee Volunteers hosting the Vanderbilt Commodores. It was senior day, and 23 Volunteers ran through the tee for the final time. Seniors who helped Tennessee win a national championship in 1998. Seniors who helped the Volunteers win an SEC championship in 1998. Seniors who propelled the Volunteers to a major bowl bid in each of their years at Tennessee. Now a chance to bring back memories as they made their trek to Neyland Stadium one final time.
Zolman has time. Zolman now, he's going to be sacked back at his own 20-yard line, and they drag him down to the 19.
It was an unusually warm November day. A threat of rain hovered over Neyland Stadium as Tennessee kicked off to the Commodores. Vanderbilt moved the ball to midfield before Tennessee's defense forced a punt.
35-yard line, inside handoff delay, and that's not going to work. Constantine Ritzman has a hold of Rodney Williams' jersey and slings him down back in Vanderbilt territory at the 45-yard line.
Quarterback Casey Clausen came out winging the football on this day to his talented wide receivers, Kelly Washington and Dante Stallworth.
Gets it at his own 22 and gets it out to the 27-yard line. Two-step drop, fires, complete. Kelly Washington again on the other side of the field in front of the Tennessee bench, and he's wrestled down at the 37-yard line. Clausen, play fake, Stevens looking, pressured, steps up, fires. It's complete to Jason Witten down at the Vanderbilt 35-yard line. He barrels ahead to the 37.
The Volunteers moved the ball down the field to the 20-yard line, but had to settle for an Alex Walls 37-yard field goal. Tennessee took an early lead, 3-0.
37-yard attempt. They snap it right at the play clock, winding down. Walls bangs it. It's high, spinner, and it's good.
Walls tacked on another field goal to make it 6-0 in the second quarter, and then the Tennessee defense made the first of several big plays. Mark Jones stepped in front of a Greg Zolman pass to end a Vanderbilt drive.
Zolman out of the shotgun, back to throw again. Firing, long left sideline. It's going to be intercepted at midfield. Picked off by Mark Jones. Jones at the 40, still on his feet.
Casey Clausen again took advantage of the turnover. He went to work in the Vanderbilt secondary.
Clausen back to throw. Fires toward the end zone. Washington, touchdown. There's a flag down at the goal line. Kelly Washington makes the catch in the corner of the end zone as he's battling in the corner and makes the play.
The lead was 12-0, and Tennessee decided to go for two.
Tennessee, three wideouts, two to the near sideline. Clausen under center, rolls to the near side, dumps it into the end zone. It's going to be complete for a two-point conversion to Dante Stallworth. The flood route to the near sideline. Stallworth got open, and Tennessee leads it 14-0. Alex Walls kicking off this time as he goes from left to right toward this south end zone. Walls bangs it, a spinner that's high, that's going to be gathered in at the 5-yard line by Ronald Hatcher. Hatcher to the near sideline, and whammo! He's hit down at the 15-yard line. Derek Tinsley, you could hear that all the way up here.
Tennessee led 14-0, but Dante Stallworth wasn't done in that first half just yet. After the Tennessee defense forced another 3-and-out, Dante Stallworth retreated to take in a Vanderbilt punt.
Stallworth fields to his own 45. Looks for running room. Dances around, gets to midfield, cuts it back to the 40. Stallworth trying to break it. Gets to the 25-30. Stallworth down the left sideline to the 10-5. Touchdown, Dante Stallworth! Tennessee's kicking game comes up with a big play. Dante Stallworth, on only his fourth punt return of the season, takes it back the distance for the touchdown, and the Volunteers lead it 20-0. 55 yards on the punt return, and Dante Stallworth takes it in for the score.
Tennessee led Vandy 21-0 at halftime. The Volunteers received the second half kickoff, and fans who were late returning from the concession stand missed plenty of action. Tennessee struck on the first play of the third quarter.
1st and 10 Volunteers from the Tennessee 20. Travis Stevens, the standing tailback. Two-step drop, out pattern. Dante Stallworth to the 30. Breaks it, cuts it back to midfield. Stallworth trying to outrace them all. Dante Stallworth to the 30. That is going to be a touchdown. Play one, 80 yards. Dante Stallworth. He ran a punt back, and now he's dashed 80 yards for a touchdown as Stallworth continues to play miraculous football since returning from the injury as Stallworth scores again.
It was Stallworth's 8th touchdown in the last 3 games, and Tennessee led it 28-0.
This is a 3rd down and 6 from the Tennessee 49. Zolman back to throw, fires high, it's intercepted. Tennessee's Rashad Baker picks it off. Baker looking for some teammates to set up the wall. He's to midfield, he's to the 40, to the 30, and knocked out of bounds on the 25-yard line. Rashad Baker, the pass overthrown, and Baker right there to pick off his 4th one of the season. And Tennessee is back deep into Vanderbilt territory. They're going to say he stepped out at the 30-yard line, but Baker makes a play. This from 42 yards out, near hash mark. Snap down, Walls slings it up there, and it's going to go right through. Alex Walls hits from 42 yards out. He just got that short little stroke, and the ball goes right through, and Tennessee leads it by a score of 31-0 with 11:27 to go, 3rd quarter.
The 4th quarter belonged to some of Tennessee's younger players, especially the tailbacks.
Handoff up the middle. Jabari Davis this time breaks a tackle. Davis down to the 15-yard line.
It was a day to remember for Cedric Houston. He was able to get into the checkerboards for the first time in his Tennessee career.
And they try Houston again up the middle to the 15 to the 10. Houston cuts to the outside. He's got a touchdown. Cedric Houston's first score as a Tennessee Volunteer, and the Volunteers expand the lead.
Tennessee won the game 38-0. The Volunteers' first shutout since 1999, and Tennessee's 19th straight win over Vanderbilt. The Volunteers sent the seniors off on a good note at Neyland Stadium, but there was still work to do in this 2001 season.
It'll be important to go down there and have poise.
I think it's like a playoff game.
This is the reason I came back.
This is what you play for as a little kid. It's what you imagine in the backyard.
It's all on the line.
This is what you come to Tennessee for, to play in this game.
You're able to go longer, go faster, and go harder in this game because you know what it's for.
This is it. I mean, it's nothing else that I consider. No award. It's the rings. It's competing with my teammates, going out there being the best. This is why I came back. This is why I left the millions behind to come back and do this.
We are a good football team. They are a good football team. So in championship games, you dig deep. I don't know how many people in this country believe. That really doesn't matter either. It only matters what these men in this room believes. And how about taking it to the field and getting it done like a Tennessee football team is capable of doing? That's all we're talking about. 60 minutes of something that you know how to damn well do very well, that you can play with anybody in the country. You're at a championship level. You have played yourself here. Nobody's given you this opportunity. You have worked and sweated and fought and scratched to get to this point. 60 minutes to get the greatest win of this season. The greatest win of this season, because the next one's going to be just as big too. Okay, it gets back down to who wants to will it the most. It gets back down to playing a football game like you are capable of playing. Great fundamentals, great technique, playing the kicking game as winners 100% of the time, playing defense as winners 100% of the time, and playing offense as winners 100% of the time. That doesn't mean that you're going to be perfect all the time. You're not. Okay, but you can darn sure lay it on the line every snap that you're out there, every play that you're out there. You come into this locker room when it's all over with absolutely zero regret. Whatever's on that scoreboard, so be it. But for 60 minutes, you lay it on the line, every play that you're out there, and you win this football game in a big way. You get the ball back for us, defense. You strip it, take it away from it. Regardless of the score, regardless of what happens, we're going to play 60 minutes of the best Tennessee football of this 2001 season.
The final game of the regular season found the Tennessee Volunteers traveling to Gainesville to face the second-ranked Florida Gators. This game was to have been played on September the 15th, but the events of September the 11th forced the postponement. Now Tennessee came to Florida for a one-game showdown for the SEC Eastern Division Championship. There were few around the country that gave the Volunteers a chance to win this game. After all, Tennessee had lost 7 straight in Gainesville. The opening line found Tennessee a 17-point underdog, and that expanded to 18 before kickoff. That point spread proved to be the best motivator this team could have had as it prepared for a game of this magnitude. Not many people gave the Volunteers a chance. The only true believers, the young men wearing Tennessee jerseys on this December the 1st. They came to the Swamp on a mission to win the SEC Eastern Division Championship. The Tennessee defense was put to the test first. The plan was to attack the Gators' high-powered offense all game long. The plan worked as Florida went 3 and out on its first possession. Tennessee came out mixing the pass and the run, keeping the Gator defense off balance.
Clausen back to throw on play number 1. Looking for Stallworth over the middle. Got his man up to midfield. Second and goal from the Florida 2-yard line. Stevens, the standing tailback. They hand it to, no, they fake it to him. They throw it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Touchdown to Troy Fleming. They faked it to Travis Stevens going over the top, and Fleming was wide open in the corner of the end zone, and the Volunteers have sent a shot across the bow as they take the opening kickoff and drive right down the field and score.
They don't think they're 18-point underdogs. That's pretty obvious. There hasn't been a prettier drive all year. Great mix of pass and run, deception, and just power football.
Tennessee had set the tone for the evening. One of the benefits of playing this game in December, John Henderson was able to play. Because of a high ankle sprain, he would not have been able to play back in September. He was a force on this night. On Florida's second possession, he got pressure on Rex Grossman.
Grossman back to throw. Tennessee blitzing. The fire over the middle. Knocked away again, and this one's intercepted by Tennessee. It bounced straight up in the air, and it's picked off by Jabari Greer. Back-to-back passes deflected up in the air. This one carried right down straight to Jabari Greer. And Tennessee has the interception, and the Volunteers have the ball back in Florida territory at the 47-yard line.
The Volunteers took over at the Tennessee 47 and went on the march again, using the SEC's leading rusher, Travis Stevens, and wide receiver Bobby Graham. The senior caught this 23-yard strike from Clausen to give the Volunteers a 1st and goal at the Florida 5.
Stevens, the standing tailback, and the I formation on 2nd and goal. Clausen hands to Stevens up the middle. He's got room, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Right up the middle behind Scott Wells and Fred Wary, and the Volunteers have raced out to a 13-0 lead over the heavily favored Gators. Tennessee has scored on its first 2 possessions.
The Gators and the nation's top offense still posed a threat, and Tennessee helped. 2 turnovers in the second quarter helped the Gators get into scoring position. Florida scored 20 straight points in the second quarter and rallied to lead at halftime 20-14. It would take another second-half comeback to win and earn this SEC Eastern Division Championship. The Volunteers took the second-half kickoff and went right to work. In the first half, the receiving duo of Dante Stallworth and Kelly Washington only had 1 catch between them. But in this opening drive in the third quarter, they both came up big. And that set up the running of Travis Stevens.
Clausen, handoff. Stevens makes a cut, has running room, gets down to the 25, to the 20, breaks it. 10, 5. Travis Stevens into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. The Volunteers have tied the game at 20, and with an extra point can take the lead. 35 yards for Travis Stevens, and the Volunteers have answered again. First drive, third quarter, and Tennessee has tied it up with a chance to take the lead.
And 190-pound Travis Stevens just flat ran over Marquand Manuel, the strong safety who's supposed to be Florida's best tackler. 5 yards over the line of scrimmage, bam, he ran over him and gone for a touchdown.
Tennessee had rallied to lead the game 21-20. But the Gators were still on the move.
It's the handoff. Grossman's going to be finally sacked back at the 42-yard line. Bernard Jackson gets in there.
The defense withstood a 14-play drive, but held the Gators to a field goal. So, taking it to the fourth quarter, the Volunteers were down 23-21. Set the stage for another comeback. Tennessee's offensive line began to dominate in the fourth quarter. Travis Stevens, who came into the game as the leading rusher in the SEC, continued to add to his league-leading totals.
Backs in the I formation again. Travis Stevens, the veteran leading rusher in the SEC, coming up big in this game tonight. He's in the I formation. They'll try him up the middle. Stevens looks for running room, breaks it to the 25, to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Stevens to the end zone. He's knocked out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Travis Stevens racing Todd Johnson to the corner of the end zone. Todd Johnson knocks him out. They're going to mark it at the 2 as Travis Stevens rips off 34 yards.
Stevens went to the sideline to catch his breath, and freshman Jabari Davis came in and delivered.
Jabari Davis is the standing tailback, and they try Davis up the middle. The freshman bolts into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown, and the Volunteers take the lead. Stevens set it up. Jabari Davis gets his first touchdown. It'll be one he will not soon forget.
Tennessee tried for a 2-point play and failed, so the Volunteers led 27-23 early in the fourth quarter. The key all night was to keep the Gators out of the end zone and make them kick field goals. The Gators moved to the Volunteer 35, but Tennessee forced the fourth down. Jeff Chandler was good from 52 yards out, and the Tennessee lead was cut to 27-26. With a 1-point lead and still 10.5 minutes left on the Florida field clock, Coach Phillip Fulmer wanted to mount a long, time-consuming touchdown drive. But Travis Stevens had another idea.
Stevens will try it up the middle, gets some running room to the 30, 35, 40. Travis Stevens to midfield, still on his feet, breaks a tackle on the right sideline, to the 30, to the 20. Travis Stevens rolled down at the 10-yard line. He did that all on his own. Travis Stevens breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage, broke another one in the secondary. He goes 68 yards. Tennessee in business. They'll have a 1st and goal as the Volunteers try and tack on another one. That was all Travis Stevens.
In the third quarter, he ran over Marquand Manuel, their starting strong safety. On that play, he ran over Gus Scott, their backup strong safety. Travis Stevens will not be denied tonight.
Again, Stevens got the Volunteers down to the goal line, and Jabari Davis finished the job.
Clausen under center. Hands off Davis. He's in the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the night, and Tennessee expands the lead. 33-26 Tennessee over Florida with 8:30 to go. Stevens set it up. Davis gets the touchdown, and the Volunteers now lead at 33-26 with Alex Walls trying to attack on.
Tennessee led 34-26, a 4-play, 77-yard drive, but still 8.5 minutes left to go. The Tennessee defense stopped Florida on its next possession. All season long, Rex Grossman had only been sacked 9 times. But Tennessee kept constant pressure on the Gator quarterback, and on this night, sacked him 4 times. Florida trailed by 8 points and needed a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. Rex Grossman went to work. Carlos Perez was able to catch this ball for a touchdown and pull the Gators to within 2 points.
Grossman fires for the end zone. Got his man touchdown.
It came down to a 2-point conversion.
To tie the game, it's 34-32 Tennessee, the 2-point play. Grossman drops back to throw, fakes, pumps, being pressured. Grossman throws into the end zone. It's incomplete. It is incomplete. Incomplete. There are no flags. Tennessee holds on. They lead at 34-32. And now the Gators with only 1 timeout left. Tennessee can run this clock out. You got to think Florida's going to go for an onside kick. But Tennessee's secondary did a great job keeping Jabbar Gaffney away from that football as the Volunteers lead at 34-32.
All that was left to seal the victory was to recover an onside kick.
It's going to be Petrovich. There's the onside kick. It pops up high. The ball is not free, and Tennessee's got it at the 48-yard line. I think John Finlayson comes up with the ball. John Finlayson comes up with the onside kick with 1:07 to go.
The catch of his life.
The Gators only had 1 timeout remaining, couldn't stop the clock or the Big Orange celebration.
There are high fives, pom-poms, hugging, kissing going on. They don't have to snap it again. They mark the ball, and the Tennessee Volunteers have drained the swamp. The Volunteers have come to Gainesville and won 34-32. There's still 10 seconds to go on the clock, but this field is all orange and white.
Tennessee won 34-32, breaking a 7-game losing streak in Gainesville.
And the celebration in Big Orange Country has begun. Hallelujah, the Volunteers have won in Gainesville. And the Volunteers are the SEC Eastern Division champions. And off to Atlanta we go for the SEC title game.
Let's go to Atlanta and play for the SEC championship.
This is an unbelievable moment. The Volunteers finished the regular season 10-1 and won the SEC Eastern Division championship.
The Tennessee fans across the way are going ballistic.
Hey, nobody believed. Nobody believed but the people in this room. You left it all on the field tonight. You left it all on the field tonight. It took every man, every play to get it done. I am so proud of this football team. I am so proud of the staff. There are 100 heroes tonight. Everybody that got on that plane, leaving Knoxville, Tennessee, believing that we were going to win, was one of them. I want to say damn well a big thank you to our special teams. To our defense who fought their fight. To our offense who got it done. And to a running back that would not be denied. Thank you. Thank you for your leadership. Who's going to Atlanta? That believed we could get this done tonight. But this football team did believe that they could get it done.
All right. Hey, we thank y'all. We thank every last one of y'all. We love y'all. We going to Atlanta. We gonna get a ring, baby. You hear me? We gonna get a ring.
Tennessee has had its share of championship teams. Teams that will forever be etched into the Tennessee football landscape. The 2001 Tennessee Volunteers have carved their own special place among those great teams that have worn the orange shirt. Championships are not given. Championships are earned through sweat, pain, and dedication. This Tennessee team had plenty of opportunities to fail, but chose to succeed. The 2001 Tennessee Volunteers faced one of the toughest schedules in school history and never flinched or wilted. The Volunteers took on the challenges and stood tall as a champion. It was a Big Orange Odyssey that took the Tennessee Volunteers to another championship.